there's usually concern about the repercussions of anything I'm planning to do, and it's made me very selfless. So, in essence, my calculativeness is a gift and a curse. By observation of the way people act, I begin to process the predictability of their responses. In layman's terms, I've developed self control over the years, and it's made me walk on eggshells with most of what I do, depending on who I interact with. But to be honest with you, walking on eggshells is toxic. Constantly feeling pressured to hold your tongue is toxic, but some of us have no choice but to undergo these behaviors of sorts. It's people out there that literally want you to talk with them, but the second you do so, they're snappy and then they wonder why you remain introverted. My introvertedness is also a byproduct of my anxiety. It's the simple fact that you can bare your soul to people and almost instantly get ridiculed. So, being introverted, interaction with people is a bit concerning. It's like you either know how people will perceive something and you're not trying to debate with them because of what I'm going to mention momentarily, or you just don't know how people will receive you, and that uncertainty troubles you because you've been ridiculed your whole life, and if you can avoid it, by all means. I think people are intimidated by my willpower to challenge them, so they combat me with gaslighting, deflection, and so forth. Furthermore, when I'm making fair-minded assessments of things they say, have said, or do, or have done previously, they usually find some way to manipulate the people I love or value into being against me in an effort to silence me. And my circumstances leave me at a standstill because denouncing someone I care for, deeply cares for, can literally get me canceled. And I'm talking in real life. Like, real life cancellation is the worst kind of cancellation because it stings much worse. People only love you unconditionally when you're validating them. When you invalidate someone they love, they start becoming manipulative to stop you from interacting with them the only way you know how. At least that's how I interpret it. When you're me, you don't know how to be pretentious because you're so worried about people knowing you're being pretentious in that very moment or at a future point. And you're constantly worrying about people, letting that one instance cement their perception of you. I don't want to be known as a fake. That's why I'm open and honest and objective. But the truth is that people don't want you to be that way. And that's a hard pill for me to swallow. Because we all know there's a ton of people out here who don't process things for a while before they solidify their perception of you. People see you fuck up to their standards either once or twice, and you're negative or something. We're in a climate where people have forgot that we're all fault-worthy humans because they're on their journeys to be a desired version of themselves, and they become insensitive and desensitized to humanity. I mentioned me being calculative earlier because I think it's really me being paranoid in most cases, and paranoia stems from anxiety. That's its origin point. That thought of receiving backlash for telling someone they're homophobic and risking never being able to speak to them or the surrounding individuals again, as a, it's 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 anxiety telling you to really scrutinize things before you converse, because there's people who don't want to take accountability for stuff because they think they're hot shit, and the second they get a jab to the core about something problematic, whether it's sexism, homophobia, ill treatment of their children, or whatever, it stays with them, and they realize that they have to unpack shit, but they don't want to because of the camaraderie they've built with others off the strength of their shitty belief systems. So being paranoid or calculative isn't all bad, but it can be toxic. You need to have restraint and self-control, but you also need to have a voice. And you need to surround yourself with people who don't want to just remain in an echo chamber.